Your feelings will get you in a situation that your logic cannot get you out of. Fellas, listen to me and listen to me very, very well. In order to be a masculine man, you must be able to master your emotions. You will never be masculine if you're not able to master your emotions. This is a key element, key aspect, key attribute of a masculine man, being able to master your emotions. Let me tell you something, when it comes to being emotionally mature, when it comes to being emotionally stable, when it comes to being emotionally intelligent, most men fail. Period, point blank. That's just what it is. Let me tell you something, man. When I was younger, I used to have a bad temper, man. Any little thing used to set me off. I wasn't emotionally mature. If somebody was able to say something to me and tick me off, I wasn't emotionally mature. I just, any little thing, man, I was ready to fight. Man, I used to be a beast when I was young, but I didn't know anything about how to control my temper, how to manage my anger. I was not emotionally mature. Now that I'm a man, I've learned how to be emotionally mature. I've learned how to mobilize myself by mastering my emotions. And a lot of you guys do not know how to do this. And this is very problematic, man, in life in general, but especially in relationships. If you're dealing with a woman, I'm telling you guys, she will look at you 100% totally differently once she sees that you cannot control your emotions. First and foremost, guys, I said this before and I'm gonna say it again, man, never argue with women. It's emotional, regardless, man. I know a lot of guys are like, nah, I'm gonna argue with a woman and, I'm gonna go back and forth with her and blah, blah, blah. Man, nah, you don't do that. Women are going to look at you like, yo, he's a child. She's either gonna look at you like, number one, you're a child, or number two, you're feminine. One or the other. Because as a child, like I said, I had a temper. So as you know what I'm saying, when you start getting a temper and you want to argue and stuff like that, you have a childish mind. Or like I said, number two, you're going to, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be looked at as being feminine, period, because that's what women like to do. Women like to argue. Guys, let me tell you, man, never argue with women. I've said this before. I've said it over and over again. First of all, it will be the detriment to your relationship. Been there, done that. You ever notice, like, right before a relationship comes to an end, it's nothing but arguing? The more you argue, the more you are going to argue. See, you're in an emotional state. A lot of times, listen, as men, we want the women that we with, right? Correct? Am I right or wrong? Like, we want the woman that we're with. And what happens is when we feel that things start slipping away, we start to get uptight, we start to get angry, we start to get needy and all this kind of stuff. And we show that in our emotions. We start to argue and stuff like that, man. Don't argue with women. I'm telling you, stand strong, fellas, man. Don't argue with women. It's emotional, okay? And I'm telling you right now, it's going to turn a woman off when you start arguing with her. A lot of times, man, I get it, as men, we just want to win. At the end of the day, man, most of the time we arguing just because we want to win. A lot of times, man, we're not listening to what's actually being said, or we're not processing it, a certain way or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's about winning. We just want to win. We want to win the argument. We're competitive by nature. Guys, when you're dealing with women, you do not argue with them. It's counterproductive. And silently, it's going to build up resentment in the relationship, okay? But just in general, in life, you really shouldn't be arguing with other men. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, man, when somebody engage you in an argument and you fall for it, you actually able to get engaged, it's emotional. You were triggered. They said something that you didn't like. And so now your reaction is to argue back. You begin to take on their energy. And that's not what masculine men do. When you're arguing with somebody, you're taking on their energy. If they did something to trigger you, they said something to trigger you, you're moving off of your emotions, and then you begin to take on their energy. They want to yell, you start to yell. You know what I'm saying? They got a foul mouth. Now all of a sudden you got a foul mouth. They said something to hurt your feelings. Now you getting all blah, blah, blah. Guys, being emotionally mature, being emotionally stable, being emotionally intelligent is a sign of being a masculine man. It's not everything in being a masculine man, but it's a part. Don't be emotional. Let me tell you, man, something else, man, when it comes to dealing with women, man. If you are an emotional man, if you are emotionally attached to a woman, You are not going to have the power to walk away. Most men do not have the power to walk away because they are emotionally attached to a woman. And so they're going to sit and take all type of disrespect, all type of just violations, you know what I'm saying? Betrayals, all of that kind of stuff right there, simply because you're not emotionally mature enough to know that you have to walk away from that situation. Your emotions are stronger than your logic. You know that you got to get up and walk away from that situation, but you're emotionally attached. If you cannot walk away from a woman because you are emotionally attached, you are not emotionally mature. You are not emotionally intelligent. You're letting your emotions get the best of you. Walk away. Listen, forget about your feelings right now. Forget about your feelings right now. Your feelings don't matter. If you're a masculine man, you will get up and walk away, period. Get up out that situation, fellas. If you're not able to walk away, if you're sitting in a situation right now that you have trouble walking away from, you know that that's not the situation that you need to be in. You know that that's the situation that you do not need to be in. Listen to your body. What is your body telling you? What is your body? You feeling anxious? You got anxiety and all this kind of stuff. What is your body telling you? If you don't listen to your body and instead you listen to your feelings, and so you stay because of your feelings, but you're not listening to what your body is telling you, you're not emotionally mature. All right, guys, I'm just trying to let you know. And that is the sign of a man who is not masculine. Period. Walk away from her, man. Walk away from her. Let it go. That's the sign of a masculine man. Next, guys, this one right here, listen, stand on business. When you are dealing with women, you got to stand on business. Let me tell you something, man. A woman will never respect you if you do not do what you say you are going to do. If you say you're going to get up and leave and you don't, you have ruined it. You have ruined everything. If you say you are going to do something and you do not do it, that woman will never look at you as a masculine man. You're looked upon as weak. You're frowned upon. But what happened was your feelings, your emotions got the best of you. Maybe y'all was engaged in an argument, or you was just feeling some type of way about something, man, and you jumped up and was like, yo, you know something, man, I'm out of here. Man, you know what? I'm out of here. You ain't gonna see my face no more. I'm done. You don't appreciate me? I'll go where I'm appreciated. You know what I'm saying? You acting like you gonna get up and walk out the door and all of that, and you waiting for her to say, oh, baby, don't go. Oh, please don't leave. Baby, I'm sorry. But she don't say it. You know what I'm saying? Now you walking, you getting closer and closer to that door. You know what I'm saying? So now, in order for you to come back from what it is that you already said you was going to do, that you don't have the power to do, that you don't have the strength to do, now you want to re-engage in the argument. You done got up, walked away from the kitchen table all the way to the front door, ready to walk out that front door, and she ain't said or did nothing to stop you. Now you got to do something to stop yourself. So what you do, engage in another argument or re-engage in the argument that you was in. Man, let me tell you something. You are not emotionally mature. You are not emotionally intelligent. You are unstable emotionally. You are emotionally attached. If you cannot stand on business, if you say you're going to do something, man, you got to do it. But see, your emotions led you to say something that you were going to do. Your emotions, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, when you was younger, you know, people used to tell you, man, don't write a check that your butt can't cash. Y'all remember that? Don't write a check that your butt can't cash. When you are emotionally attached to a woman, man, and you in your feelings and stuff like that, you start writing checks that your butt can't cash. I'm telling you guys, man, emotional maturity, man, will get you through life totally different than if you do not have emotional maturity. If you are not emotionally stable. Man, the worst thing that you can do is get emotionally attached to a woman. I'm telling you, man, it's not good for you at all. A lot of people like to argue me, and you know what I'm saying, and go back and forth with me on being emotionally attached to a woman, man. Man, listen, I stand on that, period. Been there, done that. I know what it's like, man. As far as, you know what I'm saying, the up and down emotions, I know what it's like. Let me tell you something. The more emotionally attached you are to a woman, the harder it is for you to stand on business. the harder it is for you to not argue. The harder it is for you to walk away. You're going to be trapped. You're going to be trapped in a situation that you know is no good for you simply because you do not have the emotional strength to get up out of that situation. I'm telling you guys, man, you will never be listen, in order for you to be masculine, okay? Masculine men can walk away. Masculine men will stand on business. Masculine men have no issues with walking away. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Man, masculine men don't argue with women, period. I'm not saying you can't come to the table and have a disagreement and handle it like some adults. But I'm talking about, man, when it get to the arguing and to the this and that and, man, it's crazy. A lot of you guys are not masculine, man. Let me tell you something, man. I got into it with a dude at my job the other day, man. And he just rah, yelling and screaming and all this kind of stuff like that. I'm like, man, who you talking to? He just getting loud and belligerent and all that stuff. I'm like, yo, hold up. Who are you talking to? He was in his feelings, but he wasn't able to like engage me and get me to start yelling back and forth and all that stuff, man. Two men arguing, man, look like two children or something like that, man. Two men arguing, man, just look like two, you know what I'm saying, two women, man. Don't let nobody get you like that, man. Your level of emotional maturity must be high and must be on point at all times. You must be emotionally intelligent. It's the first step. It's one of the many attributes of being a masculine man. If you cannot control your emotions, you are not a masculine man, period. If you do not have the ability to not argue with her, if you do not have the ability to stand on business, if you do not have the ability to walk away when you need to walk away, man, you got to get your feelings in check. Your feelings will get you in a situation that your logic cannot get you out of. Man, I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all be good.